Hello everyone, this is Petko Alexandrov and I continue recording at the end of November 2020. The price failed to reach the levels of 19,700 and 19,900. These are the resistance levels we have from December 2017. It was expected, as I've mentioned in many of my videos, that when the price reaches these levels there will be a strong resistance, and it's very likely the huge guys to be selling at there and taking their profits. Okay, so the 20,000 round number is a huge barrier, but at the last days and especially today and yesterday I see the Bitcoin very aggressive again upwards. So as I've said in a few of the videos, I find it more likely to break the 20,000 compared to 2017, but still it's a huge level right here, strong resistance, and now the price failed to take these levels of 19,500. Alright, so I guess I will put one more resistance level and I will put it exactly where the price stopped. It's right here. Let me make it very precise. Okay, here it is, 19,500 as you can see. And just to know that this is from this year and not back from 2017, I will make it a little bit thicker. Okay, so I know that these two are from 2017 and the thicker one is from this year, just a couple of days ago. Alright, however, after the huge drop that we had, and that is a huge drop guys, from 19,500 down to 16,200, 190 something. Okay, that's a huge drop of 3,300 approximately. Is a huge move. However, what happened, the price formed kind of flag triangle, you can call it any way you want, but you can see there is the drop and then the price formed just a lower high, a higher low, a lower high, and this is the formation which we saw a few times when the price was going up. And as I've said, usually this is a continuation pattern of the huge trend. It's not a reversal pattern, and now we are still in an uptrend. This decline doesn't change the trend. If I go to daily chart, you will see what we have. Here it is. Okay, still an uptrend. The price keeps forming higher highs and higher lows. Alright, if the price drops now below the 16,000, well, we will be in a downtrend and I will be looking very negatively to the Bitcoin until it forms a new uptrend. Okay, but for the moment we are in an uptrend, and this formation, this triangle formation or flag that we see here, it is a continuation pattern in the short term. Okay, if I zoom the chart like that, you will see that we have the bow here. Here is the flag, so we are expecting a breakdown. However, we had a break up and the price continued higher. So what I had here and what I traded, I will just go back this way so you can see more clearly. And here was my first counter trend line. I will remove this flag formation a little bit later, not to make you confused, but this is the counter trend line that I had. Okay, this is the first one I had. So here it is. I had a failure of the recent low. Okay, this low failed to take these two lows, and then on the break I took the trade. What I bought, I have bought Litecoin. Okay, if I go quickly through Coinbase and I show you the Litecoin, as you know, the Litecoin did great move recently. If I go to monthly, yep, it reached to 154 Bulgarian levs, which is above 70 euro, right? And then it dropped down to 108, 109, which is about 50 euro, and then it started climbing again. So it definitely followed the Bitcoin here, the drop that we saw on the Bitcoin, but then it started climbing again. So I said, okay, I want to join now with the Litecoin one more time, and I have bought it at 114. I actually think it was 113. I will show you the spreadsheet a little bit later in this video, but now it's at 130, so I'm already on a nice profit right here with the Litecoin. Okay, then what happened? The price had one more counter trend line. Okay, I had one more counter trend line. Let me show it to you, but I didn't take the entry, and I will tell you why. So here is the second one. Okay, but what happened at this moment, I already had this flag formation. So after this high, I was able to draw this flag formation, and as I said, usually this is a continuation pattern. When we have a drop, a flag, then it's more likely the price to continue lower. So I didn't take this trade because I was inside the flag, and one more time, it is usually a continuation pattern, and for the short term the pole is negative, so I was expecting the price to continue lower. However, what happened? The price continued higher. Okay, and then I had one more counter trend line right over here, which I took. I was outside this flag, it didn't play any role, so I will remove it. I just kept it for this video to explain why I didn't take this trade with this counter trend line over here. Alright, so this is the current setup, and this is what I looked at the recent days. And here I had another beautiful entry. The price failed to take this low, so I had a failure of the recent low. Impulsive break, the price retested the counter trend line and it continues higher. What I have bought is some more Ethereum. Okay, similar to the Litecoin, the Ethereum has followed the Bitcoin. Here is the drop and it started climbing again. So the two that I have here, they are, and now I have a lot of assets right into my portfolio, but if I zoom, yep, I had the Litecoin at 113. At the moment it is at 130, so nice profit out there already from yesterday or the day before it was. And then I have the Ethereum. I have bought it below the 900, and at the moment it's at 929.72. All right, so these are the two assets that I have taken with these entries, and I will keep you updated with the setup. It's quite interesting situation. What will happen? Is the Bitcoin going to break above the 20,000, or is it going to crash below 15,000? We'll see. But anyways, if it goes above, we have new targets with the Fibonacci weighting, and if it drops down, even better, we will buy some more cryptos on cheaper prices. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.